Good morning, Hank. It's Friday. Special Friday video. Well, not that special, actually. I don't want to raise your expectations too much. Today's video comes to you in 5 parts. Part 1, the wall, is, as you have no doubt noticed, still there. Yes, Hank, the Great Wall Fail of 2009 continues to be both a wall and a fail, although I have made some progress. Over there in the bottom corner, you can see the Great White Wall of Cow being ridden by the dread pirate Fireball Wilson Roberts. Then I wrote the wall was a unicorn on the wall to try to motivate me to bring it down, because you know I hate unicorns. But even that didn't work. Part 2, your song. Hank, your song was incredibly good and I love it, but it made me think about why we like those crime shows even though they're so predictable. So when the Eddie and I watch television, which isn't that often, one of the things we like to do is watch an episode of CSI and then immediately follow it up with an episode of The First 48, which is the show on A&E about actual forensic experts and actual detectives investigating actual crimes. Because on CSI, David Caruso has to like outmaster the master serial killer and has to like take off his glasses all the time and say like, I don't think you were playing the marimba. I think you were playing the murderimba. Whereas on The First 48, and in all real-life murders, the detective always has to end up, like, holding the murderer as the murderer bawls because he feels so bad about getting drunk and killing his friend or whatever. Like, CSI and all the shows like it give you the delusion that evil is some uncomplicated thing living inside of certain people and not others. And I think we all deeply want to believe the lie that evil is something outside of us, and we can be like, hey, evil, I got you with my screwdriver! So that's why I think we ultimately watch these shows over and over again. Well, that, and also I think our brains like stories that make sense. And one of the main differences between stories in real life and stories on TV is that stories on TV make sense. Anyway, great song. Just wanted to say it made me think about all that stuff. Part 3, why don't we have any nerd fighters in Antarctica? I didn't say that right. I don't know, Hank, but this is a fixable situation. Noted awesome girl in parcel mouth Christina Horner wants to go to Antarctica. And all we need to do to get her there is to vote for her in a contest. Link in the sidebar. Hank, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if we can get Christina to Antarctica, that could potentially mean that we could have videotaped happy dances from nerd fighters on all 7 continents. Part 4, Toms. Hank, I have 2 things to tell you about Toms. First, Ningmaster Tom is now officially the senior executive nerd fighter. He is the head of all of the Ning, and he's going to make it much more awesome for everyone. Because Hank, you and I have been failing so epically. So everyone go to nerdfighters.com. It's about to get way better, although I think it is already great. And I want to say a special thank you to all the Ning masters who have made the Ning so awesome for the last several months. The other Tom I have to tell you about is our original secret brother Tom. Hank, I have great news about secret brother Tom. He is running for office in the city of Cambridge, Massachusetts. If you live in Cambridge, you should work for/vote for him. Link in the sidebar. And more generally, I can't say how excited I am to see nerd fighters seeking political office so that we can push forward our political agenda. Which is, of course, to mandate the addition of In Your Pants to the end of book titles and to increase funding for the re-evolving of puppy-sized elephants. Part 5, contest winners. So I'm giving away a copy of the paperback of Paper Towns every day for the next 2 weeks to my favorite 10-word comment or Paper Towns related video/song. I just added that to the contest, but if you want to make a Paper Towns video or song, that would be so awesome. Hank, the first 3 days of this contest has actually seen 4 winners because I was lying when I said I only had 14 books. I actually have more than that. The first winner is Nerdfighter Astrograph, whose 10-word comment was, to end his shame, Willie requires a dose of Viagra. The second winner is Nerdfighter Valerie 2776, whose lolcat summary of Paper Towns was, I'm in your minivans, peeing in your bluefin bottles. Third, Belster 24, who kind of made me tear up a little when she said, your books have changed my life, and I'm so grateful. And the 4th book so far goes to Semsi Kitty, who commented, in Azen's words, admiration is the furthest thing from understanding. Hank, you'll see me on Sunday, but not before you see the new outro.